Okay, welcome everyone to our coaching info live chat. I guess you could say we're all on the team Soar Nation, and our motto is when pulled we soar. And so it just means that the further, like the more opposition you have in your life, the further that will take off for you. And so we're all people that are not afraid of a challenge. We don't back down. We don't give up easily. We do everything with integrity and try to do it to raise it to the highest standard. So basically how this is going to work is I'm Emma, and then we also have Chelsea, Bria, Christy, and Jen. Hi. And we're going to go around and just tell you a little bit about our story and how we got started with coaching. And then each of us are going to just share a little snippet about what coaching is and like what we do, etc. And then at the end, we're going to go ahead and take questions, and it'll be about 30 minutes long, maybe a little less. And so hopefully this will answer some of your questions and help you to make a decision about whether or not this is the right opportunity for you. So Bria is going to go ahead and kick us off.
Thanks, Emma. Hi, guys. I'm Bria, and I'm in Toronto, Canada. I have two kids, a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old, and I've been coaching for about 2.5 years now, which is kind of crazy. And when I first was considering coaching or really heard of the opportunity, I think two things sort of drew me to it. And the first was that I had finally found a really healthy thing in my life in terms of making healthy choices for myself that then poured out towards my family. And I really, as well as a very positive environment. And I really wasn't ready to ever let that go. I knew I wanted to just keep a good thing rolling there, if you know what I mean. And the other part was that like my son at that point, my youngest was just 1. And although I adore being a mama, I think I'm one of those people who knew I needed something else as well as being a mom. I always wanted to be there and be present for my kids, but I needed something else for me that made me feel like I was having an impact on something greater than myself. So that was what I think finally drew me into this opportunity. And I want to just share with you a few of the key things that we do every day, because they're pretty simple. And a lot of them are things that we actually do every day naturally, and just adding a little bit of business side to them. So I think most of you probably know that the most effective thing we do is run online challenge groups. And what we're trying to do there is help people with fitness and nutrition and support, and just bringing accountability to it all to them. But the most important thing we do every day is actually taking care of our own fitness and nutrition. So every day I'm working out, I'm following a Beachbody program, I'm doing my best to keep a balanced, clean diet. Absolutely not perfect. I am a total fan of balance in my life and making sure that I'm having some chocolate and wine every single week. But I think that is something that is really important as a coach, that we're doing that. And what happens as a coach is that you're turning that into a business a little bit by sharing it. And that's really the other side of this. I think I remember in university and even in high school, always loving being a part of a friendship circle where people shared things that were good and healthy and happy and fun that you could benefit too. I feel like that's what friendship and really good people are all about, is just sharing what's working for them in a positive way. And that's really what we do as coaches, is that you every day make sure that you're doing your best to live a healthy life, and that you're sharing it with other people through social media. And bringing that into more of a business is really just about understanding how to track that every single day, reaching out and connecting with people every single day, whether it's out at mommy groups or out at, friend hangouts or book club, or through social media, which is a lot of how we reach people. It's understanding how to share what you're doing that is inspiring and instructional and helpful to other people, and then connecting with the people that are relating to it. And we do that every single day, and we track it. And I think the final part of that we do every single day and is really important is personal development. We make sure that before we're putting out information to people, that we are also filling up our own light with positive skills and positive information and motivation through listening to personal development or through reading personal development every single day. And I think when I started this, I thought it had so much to do with, working out and being fit and helping others. And it really does. But at the end of the day, it's actually so much more about creating an environment of really positive people and inviting other people into that environment, helping them feel welcome there and paying that forward. And that's, as I said, that's what we do every single day. So I'm going to pass it along for you, but I hope that explains it for you.
Hey everyone, thank you so much, Bria. My name is Jen, and I just wanted to say that these ladies here that I am, co-hosting this call with are seriously like my sisters. And honestly, I look at their faces and I kind of get tears in my eyes because I've been a coach for 2.5 years, and just like Bria, we came on at the exact same time. And I didn't know Emma at all. And I got to know Chelsea and Christy and Bria, and something magical happens when you become a part of our team. And I just am so grateful of the faces that I get to be included with here on this call. So thank you so much for tuning in. Again, my name is Jen, and just to tell you a little bit about myself, I'm kind of like, Emma likes to call me the older sister. I'm kind of the older one of the group. I have 2 teenagers. I've been married for 20 years, and in my pre-Beachbody life, I was a kindergarten and first grade teacher for 15 years, and then I decided to stay home with my little kiddos and be a stay-at-home mom. That was when I was 30 pounds heavier. I like to call my 30s was like the worst decade for me. I was, 45 pounds overweight and unhappy and going through survival mode. But I was working out constantly. Like, I was a gym rat, but I was seeing no results whatsoever. I'd always had a passion for the endorphins and all of that kind of stuff that came with exercise. So our life kind of took a turn when we were able to go and live in Beijing, China for 2 years. And that was really, really exciting. And then we relocated from Beijing, China to sunny, beautiful Southern California. I think it's like 78 degrees right now. Sorry, everyone. I live like less than a mile from the beach, and it's awesome. But here's the thing. I knew that being a stay-at-home mom when we came back from China was not going to be able to be the case because we were living in one of the most expensive places in the country. And so we came back, and I really had started to look at my nutrition and what I was putting into my body. I was already exploring clean eating and superfoods because my parents and my sister are all cancer survivors. And so when I came back, it was kind of all the stars aligned. I was interested in nutrition. I loved working out, and I needed to make money. And I looked at it as killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I had followed Emma for a super long time. Really, the way I connected with Emma is I typed in healthy on the Facebook search line, and her name came up, and my daughter's name is Emma. And so I followed her. And from that, crazy that a seamless, minute search led to completely changing my life. So I reached out to her and I said, hey, what is this coaching thing? She had no idea who I was, and the rest is history. That, like I said, that was 2.5 years ago, 30 pounds ago, and you are looking, well, if you can't see me, you are listening to a completely different person than I was 2.5 years ago. So I would love to talk to you just for a minute or two about what has grown to become my, sorry, I'm the bold and emotional one in the group, so it's not unlike me to start crying. But last year in my business, I started this business with a passion for helping people. And of course that has never changed, but my passion, Sorry. My passion has truly grown into mentoring my coaches. And the funny thing about that is 2.5 years ago, I told Emma, I said, I just want to help people get healthy. I'm never going to grow my own team. But now that is what gets me up in the morning, and that is what makes this not even a job for me, is mentoring my go-getter coaches. And my team is amazing, and it's because of the support that I have with these ladies around me and on Emma's team, Soar Nation, and because of the training and support that we have through Beachbody. And so that's why I'm super excited to talk to you about that in the next minute or so. You get so much support when you're a Beachbody coach. First of all, I've already alluded to the fact that you become a part of a family. You are never, ever alone as a Beachbody coach. And you can see how that has just completely blessed my life. But besides that, I'm a teacher at heart. And I love to learn things. And the coolest thing about Beachbody trainings and support is there is every type of teaching to every type of learning style. We have one-on-one coach calls. I love Thursdays because those are my 20-minute calls with each of my individual coaches. It's my favorite day of the week. We have private groups. My personal team is called Team Inspire Ignite. We have a group page. We have message feeds. But when you sign up to become a coach, there's something called the Coach Online Office that they really have created it for coaches who don't have the same upline support that we're blessed to have here in Soar Nation and on my team's Team Inspire Ignite. You can go onto the Coach Online Office and you can virtually train yourself. But you don't have to when you join our team. It is amazing. We have national wake-up calls. All of Beachbody listens to a call on Monday morning at 8 a.m. And I like to call that my shot in the arm because you've kind of relaxed over the weekend, you've enjoyed your family, and you wake up Monday morning, and those calls are not just awesome training, but huge motivation and inspiration. When we're successful in our business, we also get trainings. We just earned, those of us who met our goals in January, we earned our very own live streaming session with world-renowned author Jen Sincero. She's the author of the book, You Are a Badass. So what I want to just reiterate is there is never a time when you are not supported, or if you have a question, it's unanswered. Before this call, we were just talking about our big coach summit, which happens during the summer. Last year it was in Nashville. This year it's in Nashville, and it's 3 days of health training, nutrition training, business training, and personal development training. And we have keynote speakers, and it is like, where else can you go with, let's see, 25,000 people that are all like-minded, working on their health, their nutrition, bettering their life with their business, financial freedom. It is unbelievable. So you can tell I'm passionate about it. And that's just a little bit about the support and training that you get when you become a Beachbody coach. So I'm going to throw it over to my personal mentor, my little sister, someone who I didn't even know 3 years ago and has become such a big part of my life, Miss Emma Whaley. Take it away.
You're going to make me cry. There's no crying in fitness. Just kidding. So I'm Emma Whaley, and I guess I was the first one to jump into this business. I started about 4.5 years ago, and I guess I kind of have the typical story. You know, I had 4 kids in 7 years, and with my kids, I gained a lot of weight. My last one, I gained 55 pounds, and that spiraled me into a really deep postpartum depression. And my husband is in the military, or was in the military, and we were moving around a lot. And in fact, we moved 4 states in the first 4 years of our marriage, and we had 3 babies in that time. And so it was chaotic, and there was no me in there because it was simply survival mode. So I saw an infomercial for TurboFire, and it looked fun, and I needed fun. And so I decided to order that to lose the baby weight for my last baby. We were in Hawaii, and within a couple of weeks, I was the mama that was taking her babies outside and playing at the beaches and active and in a bikini and running around and totally confident. And I always wanted to be the active, hands-on, confident mommy, and TurboFire helped me to find that. And then my husband went on deployment, and I kept getting sick like over and over again. And I was at the doctor on antibiotics all the time, and we couldn't figure out what was wrong. But I think because I was putting my little babies first and me last, I was nutrient deficient. And so I saw the little commercial at the end of TurboFire that said, Shakeology is equivalent to 5 salads and blah, 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 blah. And I thought, I want to try that. So I decided to become a coach to save 25% on Shakeology. And secretly, I really just wanted something for me because I love being a mom. I love being a military spouse, but I needed something other than talking about potty time and ABCs all day. And so I signed up to be a coach and started swapping my children's nap times that I used to do, like watch The Bachelor reruns or whatever. And I decided to count that as my business hours. And so within a couple hours a day, I basically turned what I was doing anyway into a business. So that was about 4.5 years ago. And since then, it's grown from there. And now we are a 3-time elite team. What that means is our team, that's not based on what I do. It's based on what the team does as a whole. And we have risen to be in the top 0.01% of the company 3 times in a row. And it's pretty cool because it speaks volumes of the kind of success this team has. And so I'm really thrilled to be working with these people. But my story, I'm going to talk about, as I go through some of the benefits, I get to talk about the best part. I don't know how I got that one, but I like it. So, okay. The first thing is, you're going to increase your own accountability for your goals. So people tell me all the time, I'm not where I need to be. Awesome. You don't need to be in your best shape of your life with fitness because you're never, ever done. But I can tell you this, if I wasn't a coach, I know I would not be where I am physically. Does that make sense? Like what I learn all the time from my team and from Beachbody and from the workouts, etc., has trickled into my family. We all eat healthier. My kids drink Shakeology. I have drink Shakeology every day for 4.5 years. And imagine how much that has done for my health. So it increases your own accountability. We're the first to know when new products come out. Yay! So you're always in the know of what the latest fitness thing is, because one of the biggest reasons why people don't stay on track or in shape is because they get bored. So there's always a new challenge, and we get to be the first ones to try it. And when those come out, we get 25% off. Yay! So even if you just become a coach for the discount, which is what a lot of these people on here did at first, then that's okay. You can always just sign up and enjoy your 25% off, and that applies to anybody in your household. You get to help your friends and family to get in shape, and you become really close with them because fitness is a very personal topic. And so you're bonding over something really special, and you get to encourage them. The relationships I've had with my friends through this whole opportunity has been awesome because I get to talk about their struggles and how we're overcoming. And they text me all the time. Like I had a good friend, I've known her for 7 years today, text me. She goes, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I did it. I lost 50 pounds. I've reached my 50-pound mark. And I've been there working with her now for almost 3 years and going the ups and downs and falling off track and whatever. And she did it. But one that's really dear to my heart is my mom is 66 years old and lost 81 pounds by drinking Shakeology and using our 21-day portion fix meal plan. And she did it in 7 months. And we texted each other almost every single day during that process. And I would ask her, it's Christmas, Mom. You going to have some treats? And she's like, no, I'm going to stay on track. I'm determined. And when she hit her goal of 80 pounds, it was a very happy day for me. I can tell you that. And her. So you get to help your friends and family. You're surrounded by positivity because People that work out are happy people. And we're the kind of people that are trying to make the world a better place. We don't show up and complain about our job every day because we love what we do. So you get to be in that environment. You get to work from anywhere. We've moved 5 states since I signed up to do this. 5. And so I've taken this anywhere. If it was any other job, I would have been fired, or, I would have had to quit, or I wouldn't have been able to find a job. This has grown with me as we've traveled. My hours are completely flexible. I get to sign up for every single one of my kids' field trips or volunteer in their classrooms. And I love it because they get that cute little smile on their face when I walk in the class. And there's just nothing better, just to see their little faces light up. So I get to work around all that. Plus we had a lot of sickness this year with strep throat and bronchitis, and they were out of school. I didn't have to take any days off. I could just stay home with my kids. It challenges your creativity. And that's what I love, is that with coaching, you will only be successful if you honor who you are and just try to be you and find people like you. And so you get to do this your way. And I love that, because nobody's going to tell you what to do. I might have been the first one to sign up on our team, but I'm not their boss. I'm not telling them what to do. They get to do it how they want. And I just am here to give them some ideas and help them along the way. You get to earn prizes and swag. I get all kinds of stuff, workouts, personal development books, tank tops, hats, you name it. We get the webinar Jen just mentioned. Also, we get to earn things like, I post about our vacations. We have a cruise coming up here in just 4 weeks where we're going to the Dominican and Jamaica. And we've gone to Nashville, Vegas, Dana Point, Cozumel, Cancun. And so there's so many trips that you can earn, and you don't have to be 4 years into the business to earn this. You can actually be a brand new coach, and you do the basic benchmark things that we ask you to do, which is help 3 to 5 people a month get started on their goals. And you can earn these trips too, and the swag too, and the free crap too. And it's really fun. We believe in praising to success in our team. We give shout outs all the time for everything from your physical transformation to helping people to advancing in rank to having new benchmarks with your business. And we love to pour out the positivity because we believe in that. We believe in celebrating things you do well. And that is rare. I remember jobs I went into and I would do awesome. And did anyone say thank you or good job? No. They were like, here's more work. You can handle more work then. You're doing great. One of them that was really cool for me that I never, ever thought would happen was I got to share my story on stage and be a speaker, a teacher, whatever. I'm a college dropout. I struggle with depression. I have no credentials whatsoever. There's no reason logically that I should be asked to go on stage, but I've learned the skills that you need to be successful in this business. And my story is a lot like many other women out there. And so having me share my story and saying, I can do this, and so can you. If I can do this, you can too, was an awesome opportunity for me to really grow as a person. And when you teach something, then of course you become better at it. And so it was fun to speak on stage. And then I've got to meet all the celebrity trainers several times, and I got to be in the Hammer and Chisel coach test group, and they choose people just like you and me. So you could get chosen for something like that. And I got to try it out before it ever came to market and test it. And then I got to work with the trainers in a private group daily. And so I got to interact with them. So that could be an opportunity that could happen for you too. And then I've met, all of them at different functions and stuff. And they are very cool, very fun people to talk to. But the biggest one for me is that I was able to retire my husband. When I started as a coach, that was not my goal. My goal was to earn a little bit of extra cash so we could help with the mountain of debt we were under. And then it just kind of grew from there. And the time arose in our family for us to submit early retirement with the military. It made sense, and we got to retire my husband this year and move to Arizona, where my stepsons live. And for the first time in 10 years, we get to be an active part of their life every single day. And I cannot tell you how amazing it's been. They're coming over for dinner tonight. That wouldn't have happened. We saw them twice a year. And now we get to be a full-time family. So this has literally changed everything for me. There's so many benefits that I can't even like I can't put my finger on like just one because it's like the whole package. But I know I rambled. I'm sorry. I'm going to pass it off to Christy.
Hi, everybody. My name is Christy. So I'm actually a little bit north of Houston in Texas. I am a mother to two crazy little boys that are 5 and 6, full of energy and vim and vigor. They keep me on my toes. I'm also a military wife. My husband is in the Marine Corps. He's been in for about 15 years, so we've moved all over the place. And I'm a recent breast cancer survivor. I've been coaching for about 8 months now. It doesn't even feel that long. I feel like it's been so fun that it's just kind of gone by in a whirlwind. I got into coaching, oddly, just kind of fell into it because I had been following Emma on Facebook for like 4 years. Back when we lived in Hawaii, I came across her page, Healthy Emma, and was just blown away by what she was doing. I don't even remember how I came across it exactly, but I was like, what is this lady doing? She's having fit clubs and just, offering free babysitting, and she's going hiking, and she's got all these pictures by waterfalls. And here I was at that time. I was a retail manager for Nordstrom, and I was working like these crazy shifts, and my husband was deployed, and my kids had a nanny that they were with all the time, and I was tired. Like I lived off coffee. And I started talking to her, and I just didn't have time. At that time, I was like, there's no way I have time for any of this. But I continued to follow her. And little did I know that that would bring about one of the biggest changes in my life when I was diagnosed with cancer last September. And it was just a crazy whirlwind that I just did not expect. At my age, I didn't expect for this to happen. But I went through a bunch of chemo and radiation and surgery, and towards the end of my chemo, I got really, really sick, and I got put in the hospital. And I can remember just the only thing that I had to do was watch TV and scroll my tablet and read. And so I was just scrolling my tablet, and I remember just passing up some positive post of Emma's, and I just remember being like, wow, she's still doing it, so positive after all this time, just shining away here in like the nastiest time of my life. But more time went on after that. Obviously, I made it out of the hospital, and I had put on a bunch of weight from steroids that I was on during chemotherapy, and just kind of being depressed and eating my feelings away, to be honest. And I reached out to her and was like, I don't even know what I want to do, but I need help. And I thought that coaching would kind of give me that extra accountability to stay on top of my health a little bit more. And it definitely did. Beyond that, like I actually was also a makeup artist for 10 years with Dior. And I went back into that full time when I had started coaching. And after a few months, I was just like, oh, this is not for me anymore. I just feel no passion for this anymore. I still love makeup. But I just couldn't so much relate to applying finding the perfect red as I could to talking to somebody about taking control of their health and wellness anymore. So I actually talked to my husband, and I stepped down from my position, which was a business manager for a really large Dior account. And I do this full time now, and it's amazing. Like I can't even describe to you guys the changes that it's brought about in me and my whole family. I do this full time, so I get to pick up my children from school every day. I get to be there if they're not feeling well. I get to make dinner for my husband. I'm here on the weekends. Those are things that I was not around for in the past. I was always working, retail hours. And I get to work on myself all while, with these advantages. It's amazing. And I've made some of the best friends that I've ever had out of coaching. Also, it has changed the dynamic of my entire family. My husband has gotten into this full force. He's had some anger management issues in the past, and he's worked a lot on personal development, and he loves it. He can't get enough of it either. So it's really changed my whole family. My children eat healthier. We both eat healthier. It's crazy what it's done. If we would have, I would have never imagined that it could get this amazing this fast, honestly. And one of the amazing parts of it is, I guess, a lot of people want to know how does the income work? Like, how do you make any kind of money off of this? And there's a couple different ways that you can. When you first get set up as a coach with Beachbody, what they do is they automatically will set up a website for you. And that's your website. And anytime you're talking with anybody about getting set up, whenever they order through you, you will get a 25% commission. So basically, you're just going to kind of help people to follow the same path as what you're doing. And then you'll get 25% commission for it. And the second way that you make money is through what's called a team bonus. And it gets kind of complicated, but without getting into too much of that, how it basically works is you can earn a whole lot of team bonus depending on how successful your team is beneath you. So if you're helping your team to help others get on their journey to fitness and basically duplicate what you've done, your team bonus will grow and grow and grow. And let's say, it can be anything from, like right now I've been doing this for 8 months and I'm able to pay for my sons, both of my sons, private Christian school, and, contribute quite a lot to groceries and bills around the house. But it can be eventually something like Emma's got going, where you're able to retire your husband and build a 6-figure. We have, people making way beyond that income. So it really is kind of what you decide to make of it. So the effort you put in will be what you get out in your team. If it's just that you want to get a discount, or whether it's a hobby, you want to earn an extra $500 a month, or you want to build this to something massive, everybody will be here to support you every step of the way. I can tell you that. And any of it is achievable. And that being said, I'm going to turn everything over to Chelsea.
Hello. Sorry, I couldn't get my computer to unmute. My name is Chelsea Crothers, and I am actually in Utah. And I am a mama of 2 little girls, 5 and 7. And unlike some of the other ladies on this call, and my husband's also in sales. I don't want to forget about him. He actually does this business with me. But unlike some of the other ladies, I actually didn't want to be a stay-at-home mom. I grew up and I'm like, I am going to be a career woman. I am not staying home. My kids, I grew up in daycare. There's nothing wrong with that. And there isn't. But then as soon as my first daughter was born, I was like, what? I can't go back to work. I have to stay home. I have to see every second. But at the time, we hadn't planned for any of that, because I was saying I was going back to work. And so we were used to 2 incomes. We did not have a savings. So here I am holding my baby, like not enjoying the whole 6 weeks I got off with her, because Canada, Bria knows, has much better maternity leave than we in the United States have. So I was just crying, an emotional mess. And so me and my husband tried to figure out what to do, and we decided that it was right for me to stay home, which totally blew my mind. And so we went very quickly from 2 incomes to 1 income with no savings. That was 2008. And for those of you that are familiar with 2008, then the economy totally crashed. So I had quit my job. We went from 2 to 1, and then the economy crashed, and my husband was either given the choice to move somewhere we did not want to be. It was our first baby. I was by my family, and we either had to move or he was going to get laid off. So he chose to take severance, and we ended up with no income, a brand new baby, and we had to move out of our house into my grandma's basement. And so that was a pretty low time. And then my husband was searching for a job and he got an opportunity, but it was in Texas and we were living in Idaho. So we had to move across the country. We get to Texas and my husband ended up, he's an alcoholic. He's been sober for quite some time now, but he was an alcoholic. And so we were battling with alcoholism by ourselves in Texas with my baby. I got pregnant with my second child and I ended up getting melanoma. This sounds like a horrible novel. I mean, like it was just like one thing after the other after the other. So I ended up getting cancer treatment. And so to say we're at our lowest of our low is pretty, I mean, we were at our lowest of our low. And I wasn't taking care of myself. I was miserable and I was just like feeling sorry for myself. And I'm thinking, you know, this is like what life handed me. I'm just going to be dealing with a miserable marriage, cancer, and just stuff. Like, how can it get much worse? So we weren't taking care of ourselves. Well, my husband got help and he's been sober for almost 5 years now. And my cancer didn't spread and everything started looking up. So we started going to the gym again and trying to heal ourselves. At this time, my second daughter was born and I was going to the gym and not seeing very much results at all. But I just kept going. And then my friend Emma, I saw on Facebook and she was getting results and I wasn't getting results. I would go to the gym, I would run. I am not a runner. I hate running. But that's really all I knew how to do. So I wasn't enjoying my workouts. So I decided to try something new. And so we went all in and got Insanity and Shakeology right off the bat. And for 60 days, my husband and I woke up really early. And all I thought that would do for me is help me lose weight. Like that was my expectation. I'm going to lose weight. What it did for me was so much more. It brought me and my husband closer together because we had been at odds for so long. And just doing something together for the first time, it healed us. And I know that sounds corny, but it really did. Like just getting up and working out and accomplishing something. My girls, I never wanted to be the mom that like sat on the sidelines because I was embarrassed of how I looked or I was too tired. And that's what I was doing. And so I have 2 little girls who look up to me. And when you have little girls, like you want them to grow up with a positive body image and confidence. And I wasn't doing that for them. And that was breaking my heart. Like I hated what I looked like in the mirror. And then to tell them that they were beautiful when I felt not beautiful and happy with what I was doing, I felt like a hypocrite. And I didn't want to be that mom. I wanted to be the active, fun mom. And so I knew I had to make a change. So I was doing all this stuff and I was feeling better and I was finding my happy again. And I knew I wanted to keep doing it. Like I knew I would do it forever, like the first 30 days. And so Emma told me I could sign up to get a discount. And I was like, sure, I'll get a discount because I'm going to keep doing it anyway. But I was not going to coach because who would be inspired by me? Like I was a hot mess. And so I couldn't imagine other people wanting to work with me because I didn't think I had anything to offer really. But I wanted 25% off. So I signed up, got my 25% off, and just kept working out and having fun and feeling better. And then all of a sudden, some of my friends started asking me what I was doing. And so I just shared it with them, just like I share if I like a restaurant or I like a movie. Like it was very natural because I loved it. And so I just started sharing and they started asking to do it too. And so that's how I started this business, just very gradual and organically. And it was fun. It just was always fun. And so that was 3.5 years ago. And what it's done for my life, I knew I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, but we were extremely broke, living paycheck to paycheck when we decided to do that. And now I just feel like I won the lottery when I said yes to coaching because I get to make an income doing what I love, setting my own hours, working with amazing women like this all day. Like you just feel like you're working with your best friends. You're just getting on the phone, chatting, but you're getting paid for it. And it kind of feels surreal and not like sometimes I need to pinch myself. And so that's kind of my story in a nutshell. And now I get to talk about how you get signed up. How do you get involved with this? And I think that's kind of the most surprising part because a lot of people think it costs a lot of money to start your own business. And I've looked into several other businesses before. And for the most part, that's usually true. It usually does take a lot of money to get started in a business. Not this one. To get started, there's 2 ways. You can either sign up for a whole $39.95. And that gives you all your websites that you need to get started. You don't have to stock product. You don't have to have home parties. You don't have to do any of that. All that it takes to get started as a coach is $40. And then you get your websites. You could start coaching today if you signed up. There's no wait time. Beachbody gives you your professional websites. They maintain them for you. I don't know anything about websites for the most part, so if I had to maintain my own, that would really freak me out. There's a 24-hour support line you can call for customer service, so you can be up and running with your own business in an hour for $40. The second option that you have when you sign up is an option that I call the girl boss option. If there's any guys on here, we can switch that up and call it the guy boss option. So we're being gender friendly. Basically you sign up and you don't even have to pay the $40. You just pay for your own product. So the $40 sign up fee is waived, and you buy what we call a challenge pack. A challenge pack gives you Shakeology, which you have heard from a lot of us how amazing it is. And it also gives you a workout to get started. So you choose your Shakeology flavor and what workout you want, and you don't have to pay that $40 setup fee. You only pay for your products that you're going to keep and you're going to use. And then the ongoing cost of coaching, you just pay $15.95 a month for your website fees and maintenance. So that's all it costs to be a coach every month, $15. How cool is that? Like, even if you sign up today and you decide 2 weeks later, I don't want to do this, you're not in a contract, you're out the cost of your challenge pack or the $40, and that's all. I know people that have spent their entire life savings going into business and it goes under and they lose everything. So to sign up as a coach, you don't have anything to lose and you have everything to gain. There's nothing that you're going to lose out on if you say, I'm going to try this out. I'm going to see if what these chicks are saying is true. And if it is, great. It's going to be amazing. And if it isn't, $40. That's like going out to eat one time. So if there's anything holding you back, like for me, when I didn't feel like anyone would be inspired by me or want to work with me, we're here to answer those questions for you, because we all come from really, really different backgrounds. We all had our own insecurities getting into this. You don't have to have any professional background. You don't have to be a nutritionist, a fitness expert. You can be, but you don't have to be, because we're all very different. And that's the beauty of Soar Nation. We aren't cookie cutters. We're not the same. We're different. And that's why we all have something different to offer people. We really will have your back as Soar Nation. We're a tribe and we want everyone to be successful. It's not competitive. It's not cutthroat like so many businesses I've been in before, when if someone else got promoted, that meant you didn't get the promotion or something. We really all celebrate each other and just try to lift one another up. And we have just a family. That's what it feels like. Like, my kids see me on these calls every night and they'll be like, oh, there's so-and-so, or oh, because they got to come to these trips with us and they got to meet all these coaches and we're just like a family and everyone cares about each other. So, moral of the story, it's good to be fit and it's good to be healthy. So for all of us on this call would be doing this anyway. So why not start a business, and why not take a little leap of faith and believe in yourself and do something? Maybe it's going to be a little scary, but maybe it's going to be the best decision you've made for you and your family. You just never know. So thank you so much for giving us your time and getting on this call today, you guys. We really, really, really appreciate it. I'm going to briefly we're going to share our emails. So whatever coach refers you to this call, you can contact them through their email. And then after that, we will answer any questions you guys might have. So my email is Chelsea, CHELSEA, @gmail.com. And Christy, if you want to go ahead.
Sure. My email is Christy, CHRISTI, Salcedo, SALCEDO, @gmail.com. Jen, if you want to go.
My email is jenlbottom @gmail.com, JENLBOTTOM @gmail.com.
I'll go. Mine's Bria Evenson Fitness @gmail.com. That's BRIAEVENSON Fitness @gmail.com. Over to you, Emma.
All right, mine's getfitwithemma @hotmail.com. Thank you all so much for being on. If anybody has a question, feel free to